Hi, and welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli, and another great episode of Palazzo Angelini. Amazing how these things is gently coming together and we see the transformation. I am sure that you're going to enjoy this episode of Palazzo Angelini, so I'll see you at the end. So work is well on the way here at Palazzo Angelini, turning this back facade into something quite spectacular. I'm always fascinated on how things that have been standing there looking really sad get transformed in a very short space of time. I just find it very, very special. So in this particular case, I probably have said this already in previous videos, but the back area, which is just the back end of these columns, and the whole of this area here and round the sides, so following a line, will be with the exposed stone. So we'll leave the exposed stone all the way. One of the thinking behind leaving the exposed stone here is that these buildings are actually sitting on clay, and in many particular cases very wet clay. So whatever type of plaster you'll put at this kind of height, anything from 1.5 to 2 meters from the ground, will always have issues with having damp coming through and damaging the plaster and making it look bad over a very short period of time. So I think it will look a lot more rustic and characteristic to have the stone exposed, but also long-term reducing the element of maintenance that you have to the building. So it's a win-win situation or scenario, having the stone exposed and also having the opportunity of saving over a long period of time on the maintenance of keeping your building pristine.
Allora, qua, tutta... Aspetta, come si fa? Poi il colore è diverso. Allora, questo è ricostruito. Questo è ricostruito, questo pure.
Quello pure, no? Quel pezzettino, quello pure ricostruito, sì.
Qua pure.
Caspita, comincia a prendere forma.
Qui è stato un po' ricostruito. Comunque sempre una scrossatura, che ancora è poco ripigliato ancora, Questo è stato ricostruito.
Bello,
e
bello.
Queste erano quelle che in realtà queste erano staccate,
Queste sono state tutte riattaccate.
Queste erano tutte riattaccate.
So the restoration continues. We're on week 2, rebuilding all the petals. Fantastic work. Thank you for watching my videos, but if you haven't become a subscriber yet, press the subscribe button, leave a comment. We always appreciate your comments. Thank you. A lot of work has been happening here at Palazzo Angelini. You see these livellini, they're starting to get positioned. Beautiful to see the thickness of this. Normally they're very, very thin. If you look at the other buildings, you know, they're quite thin. But if you really want something beautifully, aesthetically pleasing, then that extra 3-4 centimeters really makes a difference. And probably, like I pointed out before, they have a double cut underneath there on both sides, meaning that when the water, the raining water, is dripping on it, it's going around, coming to the under side of the livellino and then dropping down rather than dripping onto the wall, so keeping the wall clean. So amazing to see how this is gently coming together.
Perciò te faci la barba ogni mattina?
Sì. Ogni mattina me la faccio la barba.
Io sono aspettato di farsi proprio bello,
Dai,
spicciato.
dai,
Hai visto? Mannaggia la miseria.
Davide.
Oh, are you still there? That means that you are enjoying our videos. Thank you very much for following the channel. Did you know that every Friday we issue a video called Thank God It's Friday, and you can sit if you join our membership. Do that and I'll see you every Friday. They've actually marked where the stairs are going to be fitted. This is so exciting really to see this happening. So this beautiful platform that is going to go here and that is going to accommodate these floating stairs. Magical. This level of work is not for the faint-hearted because it does require a huge amount of planning, a huge amount of know-how, and more than anything else, it does require the super professional people. It's not the sort of things that you can improvise, but also it's the sort of process that if you want really a high standard at the end, when at the moment I know it's dirty and it's full of building materials, but if you want something that it's what I would call magazine level, then you really need to make sure that you engage people that can actually deliver at this level, which is extremely high. So very curious to see this coming together. If I think that only probably about a year ago, this was a broken down, beautiful room up on the roof, but with all the tiles falling down, and it was a pigeon accommodation, probably because the place was empty for decades, more than 50 years. Well, the pigeons decided to take over and they were squatting in it. So it was time to move them on. And so first of all, the roof was replaced and this beautiful roof was built. And what I love is the fact that we recycled the original tiles, or at least half of the original tiles. Maybe you can see it. So the roof has been rebuilt using all those beautiful original tiles, which is very important from an external point of view, the exterior, keeping that original feel. It's very, very important. But now plastering all of these external areas, changing all this stone to a very thick stone, making sure that they do have the dripping system so the water doesn't drip onto the wall, making them dirty a little faster than what normally happens. And then really treating and plastering. I know that sometimes we look at this old plaster outside and we think, oh, we like it, we like to keep it. But just bear in mind, these houses are made of stone, made of a limestone. So if your intention is to leave this exposed stone or even old plaster, which let me just show you. So you may decide to leave the old plaster like that. You may think, yes, it looks beautiful, but just remember that it will continue to absorb water. Every little indentation and crack that you have, even if you paint it, it will still absorb water, and that water will be stored inside the stone, and then depending on the temperatures, the outside temperature, that humidity, that water will come out. It needs to come out, and obviously some of it will come out inside the house, and maybe another percentage will be sucked out into the atmosphere. So very important, really, if you want to achieve a dry and clean environment, to replaster the walls. And yeah, and this room now, it's amazing. That's going to be a window opening up on the outside like a bar. Beautiful. You can just imagine having your guests out there and serving drink or food while it's getting prepared in here. I just think this roof terrace is going to become a highlight of Palazzo Angelini. I'm sure you have enjoyed this incredible episode full of so many things. It's amazing to see how a property can really be transformed and can be brought into the 21st century. And it's happening with the hands and the skills of a lot of incredible craftsmen. Well, until the next episode, make sure you do the most important thing, which is stay safe wherever you are.